Also to recognize my own presence, ladies and gentlemen. I realize that I did not introduce myself. My name is Tony, and I will be your MC for tonight. Next on stage, I want to invite Mr. Dan Mugera. Mr. Dan is a public speaker, a motivational speaker. He's also a trained musician. I don't know whether he will be singing for us tonight. But Mr. Dan is an eloquent public speaker. He's also a director of Public Speaking Training College, which is in Mombasa town. Mr. Dan is going to talk about eradicating a poverty mentality. Why don't we put our hands together as we welcome Dan Mugera. Karibu.
Director of Administration, Ministry of Housing, CEO of MySpace Properties, Mr. Mwenda Thuranira. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Dan Mugera, as you have heard. I'm a leadership developer and motivational speaker, Director Public Speaking Training Center. And I'm glad to be here this evening. There could never have been a better way to wind up the Good Friday than to be in this cocktail dinner this night. And as we say here in Mombasa, Mombasa Raha, I know it is in such a time that the bandwagon of Nairobians and other people from up country, they flow down so that they may have a taste of this Raha or happiness. And the Swahili also have a saying. They say, Mgaga na upwa hali wali mkavu. I don't know if it's for that reason that Mr. Mwenda also decided that this event should be in such a place near the shore so that we might be able to have a taste of the goodies. But anyway, I want to speak for a few minutes about eradicating a poverty mentality, because I believe that Africa is not poor. It is the poverty mentality that we entertain which is troubling us. The truth of the matter is that today Africa contributes only 1% to the world gross income. It accounts for only 2% of the world trade. Our economy is disproportionate. But I believe with all of my heart that this ought not to be so. What Africa needs is investment in entrepreneurship and production. I say this with all candor that we have reduced ourselves to consumers instead of being producers. Our friends in other parts of the world, they have grabbed the opportunity to produce and they have left us behind. A desire is acquired by what is required. If we want to grow, expand, and explode, there is a need for us to begin dealing with something that I feel is the problem of Africa. It is not the problem of resources. It is not the problem of manpower. It is not the problem of intelligence and human resource. Is so much. Today, Kenya is #1 in Africa in terms of human resource. We have surpassed Nigeria. So that's not the problem. The problem is a poverty mentality that we entertain. The mentality that we cannot afford some things. The mentality that the black skin is a cursed skin. The mentality that we can never achieve greatness, that we can never move to the mountaintop of success and significance. That is our trouble. And I believe with all of my heart, the time we shall come to a place of begin to change our mentality and begin to see ourselves of people that can move ahead, people who can achieve greatness, people that can attain anything that we desire to attain in life. We shall surely come to that reality of destiny. It is my good friend, Dr. PLO Lumumba, who usually says this, that the third world is a state of the mind. And until we change ours, if there is a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth, we shall still find ourselves in it. I know for sure that poverty is a mental attitude. Poverty has nothing to do with what one has or what one doesn't have. is simply a mental attitude. And the moment we begin to deal with this mental attitude and begin to untrack reality of destiny into our mind, that the moment we begin to channel for ourselves the direction that is pure and true. For in life is not really where we are coming from, but which direction we are taking. And this is the moment for us to reckon for that. This event is here for us to begin to dream and begin to see dreams coming into reality. I know that most of us, we desire to have our own homes. And Mombasa Home Expo is such an exhibition that brings to you a mind that you can begin to dream of owning a home. Where you begin to dream and begin to channel your dream into the reality of facts that are on file, then you begin to propel yourself in the reality of destiny. I was at some place at Vipingo where we had gone to train a particular organization, and I saw a home there that we were doing the training inside that particular house. The beauty, the magnificent, the serenity in that particular place was so surprising. But I began to inquire who owns this particular home. And I was told that belongs to a couple who come from other civilization. In other words, they come from the Western society. This is just an holiday home for them. Then I began to ask myself, how many Kenyans have holiday homes right here in Mombasa? Or I've even thought of having a holiday home here in Mombasa. You know, Africa has become a land of economic dependability, where a father takes the children to school to study so that they may get a good job and be able to take care of him and the entire family. And because of that, you realize people don't think about retirement. People don't think about having magnificent, significant holiday. And before long, this circle goes round and round, and poverty continues to eat us up. And we don't have a life that has a lifestyle. When I talk about a lifestyle, I'm talking about the reality of destiny. For we were not born to live in a wretched, poor society or life as if we are in an oven. We were born so that also we can begin to have a taste of real life and enjoy it to the full. And in this life is not really moving round and round and making some petty achievement. It's about dreaming big and begin to see those dreams become a reality. And it's possible when we begin to deal with the poverty mentality and begin to see ourselves in that place that we really desire. But two things must happen if we have to achieve this greatness. Two things must happen if we have to achieve this greatness. And since it's a cocktail and I don't want to speak for so long, let me give you these two things before I wind up my speech. Number one, we need to come to a place of repudiating every poverty thoughts and processing new thoughts of abundance, of wealth, of reality of destiny. You know, when we were young, we were told, go to school and study hard, then you will get a good job. We were not taught to go to school to study so that we might become creative, innovative, and create opportunity not only for ourselves, but for other people. A child in China is taught, go to school, study, be creative, be innovative, so that you may come out, start something that may create employment for other people. And because of this notion of going to school to study hard and get employment, people have refused to come out of the cocoon of thinking so that they may explode, expand, and grow. But I know that we were not born to exist and live on a salary. Eagles do not survive on a pension. They live their life to the full. So we must deal with that notion and begin to see ourselves that we also are here to fulfill destiny and to achieve greatness. And number two, we must deal with the problem of low self-esteem. I think Africans, we have a low self-esteem. We do not think that we are important, significant. We do not think of ourselves that also we are able to grow to those higher unlimited limits of abundance. And because of that, we find ourselves going round and round without fulfilling the promises and desires of our hearts. But we must stop that fear that breeds low self-esteem. It is Nelson Mandela who said, "I learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. That the brave man is not the one that does not feel afraid, but the one who conquers fear." We must conquer fear and begin to see ourselves as men and women with an esteem. Men and women that we are acceptable in the society. And men and women that we can channel the chart of destiny and achieve greatness as we climb to the mountaintop of success and significance. We must change our perspective. We must begin to think smart and stop thinking sweat. We must desire to impact this generation and leave resources for the next generation. Never again should we allow ourselves to sink into the valley of mediocrity and shame. We should purpose to raise above the cloud of laziness into the heights of glory and splendor. Believing in ourselves is the first step. Realizing that dream is the ultimate pathway to victory. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and may God bless you.